Let's go down. How are you feeling? You got Rigg'd here. It's Rigg'd here, and it's my place. It's my hat. It's my likeness, I suppose. It's not even my channel, though. It's kind of cool, though. My buddy Alan sent out a message asking if I wanted to take part in a little Q&A and a little old-school 8-bit Nintendo challenge, and I'm down for that, so let's go for it. I just got back from PAX a little bit ago. PAX West. It was called PAX Prime for years, but now that there's a PAX East, a PAX Australia, there's PAX everywhere now. We just got back from PAX West in Seattle. Got to check out some new games that are coming out soon. It's cool just being there as part of the crowd and just kind of walking around and making new friends, making new connections. That's been going really well. And my YouTube channel has been going pretty good. I have a humble following. I don't have like thousands and I don't have like a million subscribers or anything like that. But I appreciate the subscribers I do have. I know it's a little different for a gaming channel because I do some video games, but it really started out as just hacks and tutorials and stuff like that for the people who are interested, and not like, here's another game review, here's another unboxing. It's like, I mean, I do a little bit of that too, but it's a slow climb, but it's humbly growing, and I appreciate all the people who do watch and ask questions and kind of learn how to make their own video games and stuff like that too. And the reason I did that was because there wasn't a whole lot of stuff on the internet teaching you how to do that. I kind of had to either self-taught, or there's a few people who helped me out along the way too. So as a way of giving back, I started the YouTube channel, and it's growing. So that's it's been pretty good. I have two of them. The earliest game I remember playing is Donkey Kong in the arcade, like in the early 80s. I knew, like, even thinking back then, and I still have the visual image, I even remember where it was and where the Donkey Kong cabinet was and everything, and I remember thinking to myself, well, I'm going to play Donkey Kong, and I went over and I played it. I know I played video games before that, but that's the earliest as I can remember. I also do remember the day that my dad went to the store to buy the Atari 2600, and I remember thinking to myself, like, so you don't need to put quarters in it or anything, you can just play Pac-Man whenever you want? That's awesome! And then we got it home, and he hooked it up, and popped in Pac-Man, and I was like, this is not Pac-Man. But I still played it a lot. I still liked it. It wasn't the same, but I was very happy to have it, and it had kind of just spiraled from there into, here we are, almost 40 years later with the Atari 2600, and here we are now, so very, very cool. My favorite console of all time is the old school 8-bit Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, or the NES, if you will, because that was the one that I found a passion for video games. I loved my Atari 2600 a lot, but my passion for Nintendo came about when I was like this, the music and the graphics and the storylines, and it was like the one thing that I was good at by myself. I'm the sixth of 7 children growing up, so a lot of my likes and interests were what my older brothers and sisters liked too, so I just kind of tagged along with that. But video games was the one thing that I was like, I can do this by myself. Both of my parents are musicians, so I never learned how to play sports or anything like that, but I was really good at video games, and it was something that I was really attracted to, really attached to. So now, is the Nintendo the best system of all time? Statistically speaking, probably not, but it's my favorite system of all time, and that's what's important. I mostly collect for the 8-bit Nintendo, and the reason for that is because I already had a pretty nice collection before there was a value to video games, like a value to Nintendo games. Then when I started, like, keeping my games, I would buy, sell, and trade games a lot. Growing up, I'd get games, like, usually growing up, I'd get, like, a game for birthday and a game for Christmas. And that was pretty much it. Other than that, I rented a whole lot of video games when I could. But it wasn't until I had a disposable income, like in the 90s, mid-90s, when I was like, you know what, I don't want to trade off any more games because I might not ever find them again. It's harder to find Nintendo games even in the mid-90s, never mind now, 20 years later, after that. So that's when I started holding on to them, and then also mid to late 90s, that's when video game stores started to liquidate their stock. So you could buy like a bunch of games for really cheap, Funko Land, Software, etc., EB games. So I would buy games I didn't have, not based on value, because they're only, they're like, $5 here, maybe $7. I remember one time thinking to myself, oh man, I don't know if I want to pay $12 for Contra Force. Ugh. Well, then I'm glad I did, because I didn't know video games, and people who also collected in the 90s didn't know video games were going to go up that high in value later on in life. So I still collected for that, but I love Genesis, I love Super Nintendo, I love a whole lot of cart-based systems, I love the Game Boy and all that too. I do have a bunch of games for like PlayStation 2 and stuff like that too, but mostly cart-based systems, and mostly that 8-bit, 16-bit era are certainly my favorite. It's what I always look out for. The games it was like mostly the games I couldn't get, or the games I rented when I was a kid, but I could actually buy and play them whenever I want. Mostly those, for sure. My favorite video game memory, the first thing that pops in my head is playing Fire Pro Wrestling S 6-Man Scramble on the Sega Saturn, because it made me buy a 6-player adapter, and I would get, back when I had 6 friends, or 5 friends, we'd all come over, there'd be 6 of us simultaneously playing this wrestling game, and we would play it all hours a night. I put more hours into that game than anything in my entire life. And just I had friends over, we'd order pizza, we'd drink Mountain Dew at the time, and it was just a fun being, like editing wrestlers and just, playing these battle royal matches. We would do that for, man, until the sun came up. I can't do that now. I miss those days. I don't necessarily want to go back to those days because I'm busy with my life now, but I look back on those with very, very fond memories. Playing Fire Pro Wrestling S 6-Man Scramble with actual friends in the same room. It was a fun time for sure. I consider myself a gamer first. The games I buy, I'm buying them because I intend on to play them. I may not intend to beat them, but I do intend to play them, as my son is looking for something in the sink. Apparently. I have real kids, and this is my real life, so there you go. So, like, I don't really consider myself having a collection. I consider myself having a whole bunch of video games. But the games I do buy, I intend to play. So the reason I have the games in my collection are because I actually play them. So definitely playing video games over collecting video games. 1943. How far can I get on one life? To make it as legit as possible, I'm going to be playing this on a toaster model Nintendo Entertainment System, and I will be using a standard issue controller, and I'm going to capture this footage on the Elgato game capture device. So there you go. So I'm going to check this out. How far can I get on one life? Wish me luck. And away we go, 1943. We'll give it a start here, and let's see how far I can get on one life. I got 3 points remaining. I better make it all defensive, because one life and I'm done, right? So, energy level. Oh, that's true, because it's not like a one-hit kill, is it? It's like you have like a little life bar, maybe. Give me the defensive here. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Rikaku! Here we go, do a little loop-de-loop. I don't know if you can actually do loop-de-loops on a biplane, and the first time I ever play any of these shmups, I always launch the bomb first. I always hit the wrong button every time first. There is no turbo power, but I can charge up my shot, and then when I let go, it turns into a giant thing. But here's what I need. Wait, do I want the shotgun? Yeah, I think I'll go with that for now. Ah. Not as powerful here. I mean, it's not that it's not powerful. Oh, I crashed right into that guy. Don't want to do that too many times. There we go. Don't know what that did. Die. Crash, burn. There we go. Get those guys out of the way so I can... Ah! This game's on no turbo. You have to just hit the button as manually as hard as fast as you can. No, don't go away, don't go away. Not the shotgun. Alright. Close call there. There's that thing that makes me invincible for a little while. Just fly right into the planes. Wouldn't that be scary, flying around? This dude like flying right into you. Some kamikaze pilot. Oh. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would do. Give you that. Alright. I'm not exactly sure what those POW things does. On the other games, it gives you like more bullets. I'm almost dead here. Oh, it gives you a little bit of life left. Like, it gives you, like, what was that, 5 or 6 health points, pretty much. I need all those I can get. In fact, I'm almost out. I'm almost done for. So if I'm all out, do I just die? Or maybe it's like, now, like, the next time I get hit, I'll die. Now, the reason it goes into a blank space, like, it removes the tiles and all that, is because the boss is also part of the background graphics, in a way. So I did a little loop-de-loop there. Oh, there you go. Got some of that action. Try that again. There you go. What do you think of that? How many times can I do this? Can I just keep doing it? Uh-oh. My trick, my secret to shmups. I don't know how much of a... Ah, there it goes. I don't know. So much for my secret. So, made it almost all the way through the first level. Thanks for having me. If you want to check me out online, I am at John Blue Riggs on Twitter and Instagram, and it's all my gamer tags too, PlayStation Network, Wii U, and all that too. So John Blue Riggs, check me out there. And I'm on YouTube as well if you want to see how to create your own hacked video games, if you want to see how to put those hacked video games onto a physical working Nintendo cartridge, how to make repros and stuff like that. I'm happy to help you out. Till next time, take care. We'll see ya.